Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. Got videos a day from the Financial Coffee Channel. So many women can't make their car payments. They just can't afford it. Bad with money. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. Chow time.
Am I the only 30-year-old who's like aggressively mad at my car payment?
Trying to pay off debt, pay bills, save money, improve my credit score, all at the same time while trying to like live life and enjoy life is just...
I had to do that. Remember, guys, I was like 400 and something in my credit score because that's how bad it was. Went through divorce. I had no money. Saved up money. I'm in a good position now, but everybody goes through this shit. Some worse than others, I do admit. But pick your ass back up and get forward.
just so freaking difficult. Like, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but we have to keep pushing through, fam.
I just had to spend $7,800 just now. I had to just, my car has been the absolute death of me. Like, I'm not even joking you, dude.
Lucky you're able to even afford the $7,000-$8,000 to make the repairs or whatever it is. That's a lot of money.
Not ever in your life buy a Range Rover.
Oh yeah, you should.
I've had the worst experience. And like, as much as I love my car, I just had to spend $15,000 6 months ago to get my motor replaced. And it just blew again. So I'm having to do it all over again.
Wait, shouldn't that be under warranty or something? 6 months ago, you blew an engine, you put a new engine in and it blew again? What the fuck are you doing to your engines?
Nothing's covered under warranty. The extended warranty is a piece of shit. So,
yeah, because it's not a powertrain warranty. She's probably got the bumper-to-bumper warranty, which does not cover the motor and transmission.
yeah, that's my rant. My life has quite literally just punched me in the face. Oh my god, I just hope nobody tests me, because, baby, I'm gonna take all my anger out on you! I'm just kidding, I would never do that. I mean, there's a couple people I would do that to, but I hope you're having a better day than me.
Again, she's living a life of luxury. She has a Land Rover, and she's able to afford these repairs. There's so many more people worse off, and they still come and complain on TikTok.
Well, it seems like Range Rovers are not reliable cars, but having to spend $15,000 to replace a motor that blew up again, second time in 6 months, that car is not only expensive, but it's also dangerous. Yeah. The sad part is the extended warranty doesn't cover it at all. But I tell you what, people, she looks like she can afford it. So don't feel sorry for her, okay?
Yeah, I don't.
Talk about a financial decision I made that I don't think was very smart. And I'm so sad to say this, but it's my car. And I love her. She's beautiful. I'll include a clip here. But she is expensive. And I don't even have a
It looks like a normal Honda Civic or a Honda Accord.
Luxury car. It's been about 1 year with this car, and so safe to say I've learned some lessons. Definitely think it's necessary for people who live at home to have their own car or have access to a car, but I got mine in such a rush. Made the decision in 4 days without really thinking about it. So I have bi-weekly payments.
Guys, so I just got a new car. I'll tell you guys what car it is later, but just, But I did so much research on that car, literally from like January, February until the last few months, like about a month ago. Now, I was just doing massive research on it, waiting for the price to depreciate to where I want it to be, and looking for the best model I can for the prices I can. Why are people such in a rush sometimes? When you're not in a rush, you get to see everything just so much more clearly, and people can't take advantage of you as easily. When you're kind of willing to walk away, I say it all the time, guys, the ability to walk away from dealerships or from whatever deals that don't benefit you is a wonderful thing. Give yourself that time and space to be able to do these things.
coming out on my car. And the way I understood that payment initially was I'm able to save that amount every other week. So why not just redirect it towards my car payment? I didn't really understand how much more effort it would take for me to maintain my savings amount while also paying this car. Safe to say, I hate my payment. I hate it every time, and it doesn't stop. Leasing a car is also quite stressful because of how much I drive. I drive a lot and there's a mileage limit on my car, and I'm already well over where I'm supposed to be for this time frame. I also got rear-ended and it was such minimal scratches, but I had to get it fixed because it's illegal. If I could go back, I definitely would tell myself to just buy a used car. I know my car is new, it's a 2022 model, and I definitely wouldn't get something like that if I had bought a used car.
This is where, when you're young and you're not established yet, yeah, buy used, guys. Used. You guys, there's no reason. There really isn't a reason for you to buy a brand new car, drive it off the lot, lose 20% immediately. There's no reason. Wait for somebody else to drive it off the lot, drive it for a little bit, maybe like 5,000 miles, 6,000 miles on it, and you get a fucking discount. That's the wonderful thing about used cars.
The main reason I didn't want to do this is because, one, the car market was tough. Two, I just didn't want to see my portfolio go down in value. Obviously, buying a used car means you have to put a larger sum of money at once. I did not underestimate the hassle of these damn payments. So if you are young and are looking for a car, highly, highly, highly recommend looking into the used car market. Because realistically, we don't need brand new fancy cars.
So ladies, help me understand something. Why do some women talk about the car as if the car is a person? She was using the pronoun she when referring to her car. Isn't that weird?
I don't have a
True
name
story,
for my
okay?
car.
I actually had an ex-girlfriend who called her car Roberta. I kid you not. Her car was called Roberta.
I don't know, because guys name their shit too. All boats are named, so I don't know. This one's a little bit of a both thing.
It's just a freaking car. It has no soul. It's mostly metal, plastic, glass, and some rubber for the tires.
Maybe you're like me, you grew up poor, you have a little bit of fun money. Do not use it on a new car. My first two cars were beater cars, and I always lusted over the idea of a new car. I was fully convinced that if I got a new car, people would treat me more seriously, think I was more successful, and it would just change my life. In 20
What? Who thinks this? Just because it's I can buy a 2-year-old, 3-year-old car and it look just as new as your car and people wouldn't even know. That's the great thing about used cars. Like I bought a car that's 2021. It looks brand new. You can't tell that it's not new. Other than the 2025 model does look slightly different because they changed the body up a little bit. But other than that, you can't tell. So what's the whole point of buying brand new?
In 2020, I got a job at Facebook that doubled my salary, so I decided to splurge on my first new car, meet Tamaga. The joy of having a new car lasted maybe 3 months before the absolute anxiety set in. There were so many hidden costs associated with leasing a new car. You have to get the most expensive insurance, so my insurance went from like $50 a month to $280. If I had known...
Yeah, because you don't own the car anymore. Now you're leasing and you're financing, like, yeah, it's not your own vehicle, so insurance companies are going to charge you up the ass. That's the whole point.
That would have seriously made me reconsider, and it completely changes the way that you drive. Before, when I had a beater car, I would be like, hit me, I dare you, I have nothing to lose. And with a new car, especially if it's leased, you have a lot to lose. I have to be really picky about where I parked my car because I didn't want people to ding it. I had so much more anxiety driving. You have to bring it to the car dealership or an authorized maintenance shop in order to get it fixed, and they charge so much more than if you have a beater car. Someone rear-ended me at like...
How did you not think that? Come on, a beater car is old parts. You don't care so much about it. Brand new cars, new parts, new technology.
Like 15 miles an hour, so it wasn't even that bad. Usually that would cost me like $100 to fix. I brought it into BMW and it was $1,900. It's not like people treated me differently or took me more seriously, and like all these delulus that I convinced myself of. So is a new car worth it? Especially if you have to sacrifice other things in your life? No, girl. Don't do it.
So she didn't even buy the car. She was leasing it. And then she said that she had to get the most expensive insurance because she was leasing the car. So I have a question. Do you always have to get the most expensive insurance when you lease a car?
Yes. Not the most expensive, but you have to get full coverage. I think that's what she meant when she said the most expensive. I don't think it's like the most expensive, but she had to get full coverage. And I'm almost positive at the $50 a month, $60 a month, she only had liability on her cars. So the difference is liability, which is very bare minimum requirement in California, and I'm sure it's most states, to full coverage where comprehension, collision, all that stuff needs to be on there because the finance company doesn't want a fucked up car if something happens.
I think that leasing a car is a waste of money. Just my opinion.
There are good reasons to do it, but most of the time, in my opinion, there's not very many good ones unless you own a business to lease a car.
I made a huge financial mistake. When my husband and I got married, I've been married for 8 years, we got a Subaru. And this Subaru, we were like, bro, we're going to drive this mother trucker to the ground. We drove that sucker to the ground so much that it quite literally couldn't move. So I went into the dealer, found a car that I absolutely loved, proceeded to purchase a $40,000 vehicle with zero down at 7% interest. Here are the things that went horribly wrong. We were in this like state of survival mode. Oh, we need to get a car as soon as possible. We don't care what it is. And so we weren't able to think clearly. The second thing we did wrong was we put literally nothing down. The guy's asking me, like, what are you going to put down? Like, literally, sir, $0. And then he's like, what's your credit score? Sir, I just bought a $180,000 cabin in Kentucky. My credit score is terrible. So we had a $627 monthly car payment. We rationalized that because our Kentucky property's cash flow is paying for this depreciating asset, it's okay. We can afford it. Although I think this is among the righter ways to make purchases for your lifestyle, it is still wrong because debt like a vehicle is bad debt.
True.
Now, guys, here's what you need to understand. When women describe a bad situation they got themselves into, but use the pronoun we instead of I when referring to herself, it means that the mistake was 100% the woman's idea, but the husband or the boyfriend went along with it just to make her happy. He probably hated the idea. He
I can agree with this.
also wanted to tell her that it was a bad idea and to go kick rock. But because he didn't want to piss her off, he went along with it. Go along to get along. Because I tell you what, guys, she would never use the pronoun we if it was the guy's idea that went wrong. She would blame everything on him alone if things go bad. As you all know, women had accountability. So if she used we instead of I when referring to herself, it's simply because she is too much of a coward to admit that it was her mistake alone. So basically, if it's something that has a good outcome, they want to take the full credit for it, even if it was the guy's idea and hard work. But when it turned out to be a bad outcome, they will blame everything on the guy. Even if
it's the same thing with kids. When she's mad at the husband, it's your kid. But when she's not mad at the husband, it's our kids.
it was the woman's idea in the first place.
So everyone's sharing their debts on TikTok, and here I am to tell you guys my biggest financial regret. I bought a Tesla Model Y. I'm sitting here at the charger, which I freaking hate doing. I bought a Tesla Model Y about 3 months ago. I was not okay with the monthly payment, okay? I was under the impression I would refinance it, but at this point, whatever. I'm going to explain all of this.
People, refinancing is a trap. If you already paid off a year's worth of loans and then you had to refinance again, it just creates your terms to be longer. You just started the loan over. It's not that great of a fucking thing to do.
It's really high, okay, guys? But that's not what bothers me. I didn't realize that it was $400 a month to insure a Tesla. Maybe I am just naive. Maybe this is normal. I don't know. I've never been on my own insurance plan before. I was on my dad's and my insurance was like $100.
I heard that my friend has a GTR and a Model Y and he's only paying $250. But I also heard that Tesla has their own insurance. And I've seen people with the Tesla insurance, and that's quite cheaper than with my AAA. If I wanted to get I have AAA right now. I actually pay pretty close to that amount in insurance a month too.
$30 a month for my Toyota Camry, which I get it. I'm changing from Toyota to Tesla. I know it's going to be more, but $400, mind you, that was the cheapest quote that I got. State Farm and everybody else was like $900 a month plus. I went to
this is the thing about the major insurance companies. They do not like insuring electric vehicles, so they give you a super high premium. I went to a Cars and Coffee with my friends, and I met a gentleman that had a pretty nice car. I forgot what it was. Whatever. But I was confused. I was like, so I asked him about his insurance, and he said he was only paying $100 and something a month, but he has a broker. So it seems like if you use a broker, they can shop around through all of their insurance companies. But you're probably not going to get like a major insurance company. You're probably going to get like a subsidiary insurance company from like State Farm or from Farmers or whatever it is. It's just like a smaller company from them, but it's a whole bunch of stupid shit.
Independent brokers to like, like, I don't know, I've heard they can find you a cheaper plate. No, it just got more and more expensive. I hate charging this car. I hate that my insurance is so high. My monthly payment is so
like, if you don't have a home charger, I admit an electric car is not the way to go. You really need a home charger to get that convenience out of it, and get the savings, the money savings. Because when you're charging at the superchargers, I think she still has free supercharging. Because when you buy a Tesla, you get 6 months of free supercharging. But even then, you have to go to the supercharger. And once that free is out, superchargers are like 50 something cents per kilowatt, which is actually pretty expensive.
So high, which, guys, it's not a question of can I afford it? I wouldn't buy a car that I couldn't afford. But do I want to? Do I want to throw money at the wall? Not really. A car is a depreciating asset, and I really don't care about what it looks like. And I miss my Toyotas, guys. Like, I miss being a basic Toyota girly. I think Toyotas are dope. I think Hondas are dope.
Same.
I think all the cars that get you from point A to point B safely and they're affordable, I freaking love them. The reason I got roped into this car was because I guess I had too much negative equity in my last car because I drive a lot. I drive like 60 miles a day to work and home. So I always have negative equity. This car, at the price that it was at...
The fuck is she talking about negative equity in the car? Like, if the car is paid off, what equity are you talking about? It's just paid off.
I guess allowed me to get the car with the negative equity. Otherwise, I probably would have gotten something more affordable. And I thought I'd be saving money on gas, but no, you don't save money on gas, babe. Unless you install a charger, which I would do.
Correct. I actually agree with this. So, again, learning myself now. I got an electric vehicle. If I was to charge not at home every day, it's only slightly cheaper than my gas now, or on my other car. So, but if I'm charging at home, it's like cheap as fuck.
But now I'm not keeping the car, so there's no point. But this cost me $300 a month. $300 a month.
That's not that bad.
Now, do I drive a lot? Yes. Does this car die really?
Oh, $300 a month to refuel. Well, that's a decent amount.
Freaking fast? Yes, it's ridiculous. I feel like I'm always sitting at a charger. I'm tired of it. Can you tell I'm tired of it? So anyways, tomorrow we're going to the dealership to look at some Toyota RAV4s and maybe the Grand Highlander or something like that. And then maybe look at some Hondas too. But I'm not getting a new car yet. So I'm posting this because I think TikTok can help me pay off the negative equity in this car so that way I can get a car that is more affordable.
Oh, I see. So your Toyota wasn't even paid off when you got this car. How are you well off if you did not pay off that other car? What the fuck's going on here?
And more financially responsible for a 23-year-old like me.
She's a daddy's girl. So she's paying $400 a month just to insure a Tesla. And that was the cheapest quote she could get. But I thought that Tesla was selling their own insurance. Like when you buy a Tesla, you cannot get insurance from anywhere else but from Tesla. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. And damn, she's only 23 years old. Personally, I would have guessed that she's at least 28.
That Asian woman that thought that she was going to be seen as better or greater because she bought a brand new car. No. Most people don't even know if it's brand new or not, to tell you the truth. Some people see a used car and they think it's a brand new car. When I bought my mom her car, it was 2 years old with 3 years old with a few, 20 something thousand miles on it. And I bought it for her. Everybody thought it was brand new. There really is no difference. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Ciao.